Unit 7, Great Structures. Chapter 1, The World's Oldest Universities. Page 89.
The world's oldest universities. Many universities around the world are proud to have long histories and strong traditions. However, very few universities can claim to be among the oldest in the world. Nalanda University in Bihar, India, was established around 600 BC. It was most likely the world's first university. In the past, scholars came from Europe, China, and all over India to learn about science, medicine, the Buddhist religion, and other subjects. The university is in ruins now, but at one time it was an impressive school with temples, classrooms, libraries, and dormitories. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, the University of Al-Qarawiyyin in Fez, Morocco, is the oldest surviving university in the world. It was probably founded in 859 and became a famous place to study natural sciences. In 1957, after more than 1,000 years as a university, Al-Qarawiyyin added mathematics, physics, chemistry, and various foreign languages to its traditional list of subjects for study. The first university in Europe is definitely the University of Bologna in Italy. It was one of the few universities in Europe that were not influenced by religion. Professors were forbidden from teaching outside the university, and so students came from all over Europe to study with its famous teachers. Since opening in 1088, the University of Bologna has never closed its doors, despite the many wars in Europe. With the success of the University of Bologna, other universities opened across Europe. They were started by kings, religious groups, and former professors. Today, there are so many universities that students don't need to go far to study. They are sure to find one close to home.
Unit 7, Great Structures. Chapter 2, Modern Engineering Wonders. Page 93.
Modern Engineering Wonders. Great Engineering has selected 5 wonders of 21st century engineering for our Excellence Prize. Now, we're asking you to vote for one and tell us why. Falkirk Wheel, Falkirk, Scotland, 2001. The Falkirk Wheel is the world's only rotating boat lift. Its steel arms each hold a water-filled tank into which boats can sail. As the wheel rotates, so do the arms, raising and lowering the boats a distance of 25 meters. The wheel is very energy efficient, using about 2 kilowatt-hours to make a full rotation. That's about the same amount of energy needed to power a microwave for 3 minutes. Millau Viaduct, Millau, France, 2005. The 2.46-kilometer-long Millau Viaduct over the River Tam in the south of France is 270 meters high, the highest bridge in the world. It was built in just 3 years. It is an amazing bridge that adds to the natural beauty of the river valley. Langlead Pipeline, the North Sea, 2007. This pipeline under the ocean carries natural gas across the 1,200 kilometers of rocky seabed from Norway to Britain. It is the longest pipeline of its kind, and it helps supply 20% of Britain's gas. Three Gorges Dam, Yichang, China, 2008. Three Gorges Dam is the largest dam for electric power in the world. Its 1.6-kilometer-long wall across the Yangtze River rises 183 meters above the valley floor. It can hold back 39 million cubic meters of water. Venice Tide Barrier, Venice, Italy, estimated 2014. In 1966, the city of Venice was flooded in 2 meters of ocean water. To prevent this from happening again, the Italian government is building 78 walls, each about 600 square meters. When the water level of the Adriatic Sea reaches a dangerous level and threatens to flood the city, the walls will rise to protect it.
Unit 8, Language and Communication. Chapter 1, Which English Will We Speak? Page 99.
Which English will we speak? English is called an international language, but there are actually quite a few varieties of English that exist around the world. English originated in England, but soon English spread to other countries, and different varieties of English began to exist. Today, the countries in which English is spoken can be divided into 3 groups. The first group is made of those countries where English is the primary language. These are countries like England, Canada, the United States, Ireland, Australia, and New Zealand. There are more than 380 million native speakers of English in these countries alone. There is a second group of countries that have their own varieties of English. Their histories have been directly influenced by one of the early English-speaking societies. They use English in various important ways within their own government and everyday life. India, Malaysia, the Philippines, and Kenya are examples of this group. The total number of speakers in this group is in the hundreds of millions. In a third group of countries, English is widely used as a foreign language. However, citizens use their native language within their own government and in everyday life. Some countries in this group are China, Russia, Japan, Korea, Brazil, Indonesia, and many Western European countries. Some people calculate the number of speakers in this group to be as many as 1 billion, and it is growing fast. This changing situation raises many questions. Will another language replace English as the international language? If not, will people continue to use the English of countries such as England or the United States as models? Will new varieties of English develop in countries such as China or Brazil? Or, in the future, will a new international variety of English develop that doesn't belong to any one country, but to an entire area, like Asia or Europe?
Unit 8, Language and Communication. Chapter 2, Sign Language. Page 103.
Sign language. Because deaf people cannot hear, they have special ways of communicating. For example, they can learn to understand what someone is saying by looking at the mouth of the speaker. This is called lip reading. Also, speaking is very difficult for the deaf because they cannot hear their own voices. However, it is possible with special training. According to many deaf people all around the world, the most practical and popular way of communicating is with sign language. In many ways, sign language is similar to spoken language. The words of sign language are made with signs, which are formed with movements of the hands, face, and body. As with words, each sign has a different meaning and can be combined to form sentences. Signed languages also have their own grammar. The alphabet of sign language is special hand signs that stand for letters. They make spelling possible. The signs combine to form a rich language that can express the same thoughts, feelings, and ideas as any spoken language. And just as people from different countries speak different languages, most countries have their own variety of sign language. In addition to knowing sign language, it is also helpful to know something about how deaf people communicate. Since they rely so much on actions, deaf people are generally not very formal when they talk, and may touch your arm or shoulder a lot to make sure you know what they're saying. It is not seen as rude among deaf people to lightly touch someone you do not know to get their attention. It's also okay to wave your hands or hit the table or floor. Also, lots of eye contact is necessary. There are many ways to learn a few signs. Community colleges often teach introductory classes. For self-learners, bookstores and libraries have books for learning sign language. There are also instructional videos on the internet, with actors demonstrating signs and performing interesting stories and conversations for you to see. With practice, you'll soon get the hang of this useful method of communicating.